is I, your Lord Scratorious here, with a fantastic new video. This video we are going to be reviewing Ice Age 5 Collision Course. And in this review we are going to be discussing what's happened in the film, what's happened, this, that and other plot-wise. And if you want to watch the film, go watch it now before you watch this review. If you don't want the film to be spoiled, go watch the film, then come back and then watch this video. So, if you've seen it, let's get right into the video. So, the main plot of the story is you've got Sid, Manny, Ellie, Peaches, Crash and Eddie, and Diego, and so you've got those characters, and you've got Buck returning in this film. So, the film's main plot is giant meteorite's about to crash into the Earth because Scrat did something stupid, and then it's only got a few days until it crashes into the planet and everyone dies. So, with this film, the plot kind of is, are we gonna live? Are we gonna survive this asteroid, and how are we gonna do it? So, how it kind of goes is kind of weird. So, in the start, they're all like, everything's hunky-dory, everything's fine, Scrat does something stupid right at the beginning, but the other people don't know, but then something good is getting good, and then they forget something, and then, oh no, suddenly meteorites falling from the sky. What are we gonna do? Literally, that's literally what it's kind of like. So then, they run away because mini little meteorites are falling as well. Like, little ones are falling from the sky, and they're like, oh no, what am I meant to do? So then they go hiding. They literally go in hiding as these meteorites are crashing into the planet, and people are possibly dying, I think. So then they are looking around like the day after or whatever, the day after this bad thing has happened, and then they find Buck. And it is in the dino world which he was in. There was a lot of issues going on, like, oh no, the meteorites are hitting and the planet is kind of breaking. But then, during that, he makes some new enemies. He makes some enemies which are in the film. He makes some enemies which follow them throughout the film. They're dinosaurs, yes, they're pterosaurs, and they follow the main people throughout the entire film. They're trying to figure out ways to kind of stop this meteorite. So then they find these rocks, and then they're all magnetized, and apparently, and they're all like, yeah, let's get more stones which are magnetized. So then they go to the crash site, because in this prophecy they say this is the one place the meteorite always hits. So then they go to where the meteorite is. Then they go in there. Then they find out that there's people inside this rock, aka the last asteroid that fell. Then they find these people who are lived for like hundreds of years. I can't remember now. So I can't remember what they do. So they live in youth. Basically, like, it's like a fountain of youth inside that meteorite. And then the meteorite gets broken. The one that they just entered, which landed 10 years ago. Then it breaks. Then they grow old. Then they get angry. Then they're all like, hey, let's put all these random rocks into a volcano, which is literally behind the meteorite, which is kind of stupid to have a meteorite and a volcano right behind it. So basically, they put it into the volcano, then, well, the volcano is like a glacier volcano type thing. Then it goes, poof, and then it all goes into this giant cloud of magnetized rocks that smash into a dozen pieces, and then it magnetizes the meteorite to go past the planet, which is kind of the whole story. So-called bad guys turn good because they find out, oh no, if the meteorite did crash down, they would all have died anyway. So that's kind of how dumb the bad guys are. So, with the characters, like, you've got the main cast who are doing their sort of stuff with their story. Then there's Buck, who's he's literally insane, I think. I literally think he's insane, he's mad. He tells them about this prophecy, which is found on this random obelisk, and then throughout the film, he keeps talking about, oh no, end of the world, and then now and then the dinosaurs did attack them now and then throughout the film. They're the stupidest bad guys in the world. Like, seriously, the main purpose why we're doing this is her business is stealing, which is kind of stupid, really, because the logic is that the dinosaurs' way of living is by stealing. And they're the first, dinosaurs that can actually, talk, which is the dinosaurs talk as well. It would have made more sense if they didn't talk, but since they wanted the dinosaurs to talk, they wanted them to talk. So that's kind of that story, but the sub-story is Scrat. Scrat is the reason why this shit is happening. He's literally the reason why all this bad stuff is happening. Which finally is a good thing to make Scrat's story sort of more like, oh no, he's causing more of an effect. In the fourth one, yeah, he did cause this horrible effect where the whole world split and it all became the normal consonants you see today, which is kind of dumb. But then, the reason that he's made the universe the way it is, I'm just really confused. The way that they say that, oh, basically, it's made in a way that he's basically a god. So, every time, he keeps messing about, he keeps doing the Wile E. Coyote-like stuff. The trouble is, with that one bit of the meteorite, they bloody ripped off Zootopia, because there's this one character called the Drama Llama, I'm gonna call him, and everyone's gonna be like, no, that's not how you spell it, you got it wrong. I'll just call him Drama Llama for now. He looked like there's this one character you see in Zootopia, in a spa sort of place. Basically, the inside this meteorite is a spa thing. It's called Geotopia, which is the problem there. And there are all these people that don't really care about the meteorite. They're all just like, let's do some yoga and whatnot. And that's basically ripped off Zootopia there. They've also may or may not made a reference to Majora's Mask. I know that basically the whole plot is kind of like Majora's Mask in a way. Because the meteorite's going to come down in said days. In said days, something bad's going to happen if certain solution doesn't happen. Which is magnetizing the meteorite, which makes no sense. My favourite character, yes, is of course Scrat. And his ending, yes, his ending was amazing. It's another one of those, it was one of those, is it going to be like Ice Age 4 where he has a civilization and he bloody kills them all? Or it's, he does something bad happens, and then he screws up at the end. But the funny thing about this ending is that how this, at some point at the end, it's sort of like, this is Mars. Mars used to have life. What is the reason why there's no life on Mars? And then literally, it shows a scene of him crashing into the planet, making the environment screw up, and then, well, while this is happening, something is about to come out the water because it's about to evolve, and then he bloody lands into the planet, kills everything. That creature which you see in that one lake is just dry, then he pokes it, and then it turns into dust. I'm like, that is so mean. And then he just toodles off into space. Basically, he's kind of become a tyrannical planet killer. And I'm just like, that is the best ending ever. In all the endings of Ice Age, you've had always the crap ones. Scrat always has had the crap ones. Like, you see the second one, he nearly dies. Yes, he nearly dies. He nearly goes to heaven and gets the acorn. And then Sid revives him, and it's annoying. You have the third one where she has a girlfriend squirrel, screws up the relationship somehow with the acorn. the acorn, blame the acorn in that film. And then a piece of ice takes the acorn into the dinosaur web. And he's basically got nothing in that film. And then in the fourth film, you got the civilization of squirrels, and then he destroys it. He destroys Scratatlantis. So, with this ending, I am actually happy. But then, in the credits, they had a certain bit where it's like Scrat and it gets hit by the doors. I'm perfectly fine with the ending. He's still gonna get the nut in the end. So, that's kind of my thoughts on the actual film. That it's good in the Scrat parts. It's not good on the main character parts, just saying. Unless it's Buck, because Buck is like literally the best. He's literally insane, which kind of makes it funny. So in the third film, he's kind of like that as well. So, my main issue, or I want to address, is they should do a Scrat-like episode or something. They could make a show out Scrat, literally. They could make it like as crazy as possible. You could have him go into other planets, destroy other planets, destroy everything. Or you could just have him, like you could have returning characters, you could have Scratting, and then you could make an entire stupid series out of him trying to chase her trying to beat him up or something, and basically it turning into a right on mess where he always ruins it. Or you could just make an entire episode where everything goes right for him, but then right at the end something bad happens. Like everything is going his way, and then suddenly, oh no, he loses the acorn, and that's it, the end. So yeah, you have like the mini little things that come at the end of each Ice Age film. Although in the first one there wasn't really an extra of him. It was only in a other certain film that was pre-Ice Age 3. So that's really my video for today. So I'm glad that I've got to review this. A good day to you, and you, and you, and you for watching my video, and also subscribing to my channel. Bye!